I'll try to offend all of you. Just give me a second, one at a time. What's the difference between weed and pussy? If you can smell it from across the room, it's probably good weed. You'll hear me tell a lot of jokes about my wife. I love my wife. I got some good jokes about her. I got some better ones if she'd quit coming to my shows. For now, I got some. I love to give her orgasms every chance I get. Sure, she spits most of them out, but I'm a giver. You know, marriage is a deck of cards. You know, in the beginning, you know, you're a nice pair. Maybe got a diamond for her, you know, and a couple of hearts, working on a full house, as they say, you know. And after so many years, it just gets to where you're praying for a club and a spade to end it all. She used to call me her teddy bear, and now she refers to me as Pooh. I can give you more time if you need. You know, it's really warm and comforting when she tells you you got soft and warm hands. Not so much when your priest tells you that. Yeah, I was born and raised Catholic. I got the emotional scars to prove it, you know. I knew right away we had a strange priest. He told us not to call him father. He preferred daddy. You know, we always had this one altar boy we were all real jealous of, you know. And he called him the new Jesus. And once I asked him why, and he says, "Because that boy's worth a second coming." Yeah, I wasn't touched by an angel, but I was fondled by a priest. So, you know, I always thought it was so strange that the Catholics are so against gay people, yet they find all their forgiveness in a little closet. Have you ever noticed how the Coke that you get in a can doesn't really taste anything like the Coke you get in a baggie? Maybe it's just me. I thought I'd start, you know, I've been a chef most of my life, but I'm getting close to retirement age, and I thought I'd start some new businesses in my retirement, like maybe dating advice, you know, for all you young guys out there that want to have sex all the time. Date a girl with narcolepsy. Talk about spontaneous. You know, I could start a problem-solving company, you know, for solutions that nobody thought of, you know, like to keep pedophiles happy. Why don't we start a dating service with midgets? Or necrophiliacs buy them inflatable dolls and then bury it in their backyard and give them a treasure map. Wouldn't that be fun for them? I recently found out one of my friends is gay, you know, and my wife, you know, she's usually not a real jealous type person, you know. I can tell her me and the guys are going out with guns and alcohol and who knows what the hell we'll get into, and she won't say two words about it. But if I told her there was a girl going along, she'd have 1,000 questions before I could get out the door. I told her that one of the guys that we're hanging out with is gay, and she's like, what, did you tell him you were married and had kids? And I said, well, yeah, he challenged you to a dick-sucking contest. When's it going to start? I think everybody should have a gay friend, especially you guys out there. I mean, I didn't realize it, but my wife would let me go out in anything that wouldn't get me hit on. Whereas my gay friend tells me, you can't wear that out in public or I won't be seen with you. Do you know why it's a waste of money to pay for Asian hookers? You'll just be horny in half an hour. you know, I'm getting to an age where odors come from my crotch that I've never had before. And at my age, the window on when I could get a blowjob gets smaller and smaller to where now it's about 5 minutes after a shower or you waited too long. You know, and her willing to do that is worth a gold medal because I know that's something I could never do. And, well, there was the one hitchhiking incident, but it was the only way I could get him in my car. Recently, my wife caught me masturbating. Yeah, I forgot she was in the car. Well, you know how boring that ride to work gets. A friend of mine called his wife from the emergency room and said, "Honey, I've had an accident. I've cut my finger off." And she gasped, "Oh my God, was it the whole finger?" And he goes, "No, the one next to it." My therapist told me that what scarred me so much was seeing my parents have sex. She even went as far as to say, you know, turn that video off, or at least turn the volume down, it's interrupting group. You know, you remember how excited you were as a teenager when you found your father's porn collection in the back closet? And then later, how disappointed you were when you found your sisters in the back of the porno store? For April Fools, I played a joke on my neighbor who has Alzheimer's. I filled his closet up with superhero costumes, told him he was retired. In hindsight, I should have told him he couldn't fly. My other neighbor, my dog recently attacked her. I mean, really bad attacked her, so bad that man, we had to put her down. Now I gotta find a place to bury her, somewhere where the dog can't find her. Speaking of dogs, a couple winters back, the family dog died. Daisy, she was a beautiful golden lab. We got her when the kids were little, and she was real protective of the kids. She lived to be 20, you know, she was a nice old age. And it was a couple of years ago in the middle of the winter time, and it was below zero, you know. It was one of the, I think it must have been 20 below the day she died, and I called the kids and told them about it, and they all unanimously agreed that they wanted her to be buried at Grandma's in the flower garden right in the daisy patch, you know, because her name's Daisy. And I reluctantly agreed, you know, it's 20 below zero, but Dad's got to do what Dad's got to do. And so I loaded the dog in the car and went out to the farm and started digging. Got a little bit into the ground, I busted my shovel, tore one of my gloves, had a bloody knuckle. God damn, I was pissed. And then it started snowing again, and you know, I'm trying everything I can to dig this hole, sticks and whatever, and I got so fucking pissed off, I changed the dog's name to Dumpster, and I went home. Thanks, you guys have been great.